going on, Bandit Breakers? This is Arctic Ghost, also known as Will, on the Facebook page. Just wanted to make a video for you guys just to see how the configuration in your video settings goes and some ways to improve your FPS, because I know people have been having issues recently with getting some lag in some of the bigger cities, especially when a lot of objects are in place. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and revert my settings back to the default, and then go through a step-by-step of how I have changed my settings to better function in DayZ. And as you can see right now, my main screen looks pretty smooth. I'll rotate the character here. You can see a little bit. It's a pretty smooth transition. Earlier it gets a little clunky if I don't change the settings around. So here, I'll go ahead and reset now. Okay, now we're at the default settings. I'm getting around 18 FPS, you can see up in the corner. So let's start with the overall quality. I'm not going to mess with that because it's going to change anyway. So our rendering resolution, this is a problem. It makes the screen blurry, and it overall looks ridiculous when you're trying to play. So changing that to 100%, you see a huge difference in quality. You can already tell my character is a lot more crisp. A lot of the details are featured and not hazy. I like to keep my textures at normal. I know it really doesn't affect it too much, but it's just one of those things. I want to play with the best quality, especially in those tight situations where people are shooting at you and you've got some lag creeping up on you. It's just one of those things you don't want to have to experience. Now, objects and terrain, normal's fine. The big thing here are your clouds and shadows. I've noticed keeping the clouds at very low, or even disabled, will greatly increase your performance once the complete configuration is done. I like to keep the clouds low because it makes a big difference during gameplay during the daytime. Just that little bit of cloud coverage makes a big difference in lighting, and when you disable it, it can get often too bright. That sun can get very annoying when you're playing. So the rendering page is going to be your biggest problem. A lot of this stuff is just added for aesthetics, and it greatly decreases your performance in game. So let's go ahead and change these around. See, if you keep this on, it gives you the option with your Alpha 2 coverage, which you can add these trees, I guess from Operation Arrowhead. All it does is take the textures right. I'll click on it so you can see what it looks like. See, all it did was make the trees a little more full, and it gave them more of a rounded edge, which I really don't care too much about. I'd rather see the enemies in the trees than have pretty looking ones, so I'm turning mine off. There, it really doesn't look that much worse. So, edge smoothing, I've been told that putting it on FXAA normal helps with making it less blurry, but if I turn it off, it really doesn't do that much. It still looks good to me. So, HDR quality, I keep mine on very low. I don't see much of a difference between low and very low, but you know, I think the lower the better to help your FPS. Now, Ambient Occlusion is a big one for some reason. You don't really notice it too much visually, but it affects your FPS pretty greatly. See, look at that. All it did was, well, let's do it again and see how it looks. Yeah, there you go. I've enabled it, and all I saw was a little bit of a shadow increase, or a little bit more of a coloring change, but that's about it. So get rid of that. Post-process is pointless because it makes everything around you blurry and artistic looking, and that's stupid when there's bandits and people that want to shoot you. So yeah, if you look at it right now, it looks great. The post-process I'm very low. It looks good. It looks clean in comparison to normal, which gives it that stupid blurry effect. So we're gonna get rid of that. And then bloom and rotation blur is clearly it's up to you. I don't like the sun burning my eyes, nor do I want the screen going crazy every time I turn around. So limiting those is good. So that's about it right now. As you can see, my FPS is pretty solid at 33. Rotating my character seems nice and smooth. The graphics look nice and clean. So I'll go ahead and hop into a server and just see what it's like in game with the connectivity on a server. Alright, so I'm in game now. So far it's looking really nice. This is the first time I've actually played with these settings again because I always tend to hit the default button by mistake when I'm tweaking my graphics. So as of right now, I'm liking how it is. Let me pull up my modes in real quick. Let's I know the graphics from afar look kind of shitty, but in the end, it's all about the quality and being on top of things when you're getting shot at. So I got the long range scope on. We'll zoom in and see how it looks. Moves pretty nice. I don't see an issue with these settings, so I'm gonna keep it this way. Hopefully you guys get some use out of this. Maybe tweak your settings and have less issues. Before I log out here, I'm gonna go in towards Electro and see how the buildings affect gameplay at all. And as of right now, they aren't. Usually, when I get to this point and look at a city, is when the FPS starts to drop. And so far, so good. I may even be able to tweak my textures a little bit, and shouldn't be too harmful. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide and log out, and that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it helps.